Hello, my name is Julie, and in this demo I'll give you an overview of workflow routing in CitizenServe. I've got a license application here, Hot Coffee Shop, and I'll add a workflow route to this by clicking the Create Route icon. Once I click that, it lists all of the different types of review routes that I have on this license type. I'll select a business license review, and then it'll list the individual tasks on this review route, so the different departments and the tasks that they'll do. You have lots of flexibility with review routing. You can have tasks that become due after completion of previous tasks. You can control the due dates, and you can control who are assigned those tasks. In some cases, a task will be assigned to a specific user. Some departments don't want to assign a task to a specific user. They just want it to go into a queue and have different users work off of that list. So you can have both of those options. You can also take some items off of the list. So if you said we don't need building to do this review, you could take building off. So I'll take these defaults and click Save. And that will add the review route to our license, which I can view from the Reviews tab. So here's our review route. The different activities are here. If a task has a due date, that means it's been assigned to that department or person, and they should be actively working on it. Once they've completed it, it'll have a completion date. If there's no due date, it means it hasn't been assigned yet. So in this example, we can tell that licensing, planning and zoning, and fire are all working on their application. It's been assigned to them. And then once they've all completed it, it'll go back to business licensing to notify them that the review's been completed and they can issue the license. So let's see, how do you get notified when you've got a new license review to do? You'll get an email notifying you. And it'll also be on your CitizenServe task list. So if I click the CitizenServe icon or the home page, it takes me back to my home page, and on my task list, it'll be listed. So if I'm ready to do this review, I can just click the task and it'll pull up my review activity. If I want to take a look at the license application, I can click the More Information icon, which will open up a new tab at the top so that I can view the license information. So you can go back and forth between these two tabs to view information as you enter your review comments. You can also choose from a pick list of comments or a checklist. So if I hit the book or the common comments icon here, I'll get a list of comments that are specific to me and the business licensing department. Each department can have their own set of comments. So let's say this applicant doesn't have a registered DBA and they've got a couple other issues. I'll just check off the items that I want here and click Save, and that'll plug those down in my comments. And then I'll select a status here, resubmittal required, and I'll send them an email by clicking the Send Email icon. Here I just check the email template, Email License Application Notice, and the two. I can click the More Information icon to select a recipient. I want to send this to Hot Coffee Shop. Click Save. If I want to add attachments, I can, or I can just send it, but I'll preview it so that I can show you what it looks like. So this is the email template. You can modify these, make them look however you want. But notice that it pulled in all of those items that I checked off, so it's flexible. As you add more items, it'll change your email. And then I'll just hit send, which is going to send a copy of that, and it'll also attach a copy of the email to the Documents tab, so I have a history of that. So I'll click Save here, and then we can look at our department. So now when you look at this list, we can tell planning and zoning still has it, fire still has it, licensing is waiting for something, resubmittal is required, and you can see those comments. So each department will go through and do their portion of their review. So let's say I'm planning and zoning. I'll pull this one up, and they'll have a different set of comments. So each department can configure it, and they can also group their comments. So if you've got lots of comments, you could group them by new applications, renewals, retail stores, warehouses, whatever makes sense in terms of your comments. Once each of the departments have finished their review, it'll get routed back to business licensing with a task that says Review Complete. So licensing can look at it and see that everything's been approved and close out that review and issue the license. So I'll just say today, this is going to close out my review. And now I'll issue the license just by going here and selecting Business License Certificate and clicking Generate. And that'll pull up our license certificate. It'll plug in issue dates and expiration dates based on when your licenses expire. And you could print it or you can email it. And that's how workflow routing works in CitizenServe.